Hi, I'm Ollie from London United. I'm here with Mawa from our League of Legends team, and we are going to discuss last night's match against Revenge. So, Mark, what's your immediate reaction to the defeat last night?
Honestly, I'm quite disappointed. I think the team were as well, because we did come in with very high expectations. I think looking at Twitter and generally the community feel towards the team, we felt very underrated coming into the game, and we were hoping to cause a big upset, really. Yeah.
I think it's fair to say that we felt we were the underdogs from the social media reaction, but actually, then when we saw the casters' predictions, it was flipped the other way, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the casters particularly, I think, have seen quite a few of us play before in other competitions, whereas maybe some of the Twitter analysts weren't quite as familiar with the players, and I think that's why that split came along. Yeah, so we were hoping to prove those casters right.
What do you think happened last night that meant that we didn't get the right result, in your opinion?
I think there was a couple of strategic things that meant we weren't quite able to execute on what we were wanting to do, and a couple of weaknesses going into the game that we already knew that we had, and we wanted to cover up. That we have been planning on working on, and we have been working on over the past week, but we clearly do need to do a little bit more work on that, and then I think we'll be in a very good spot coming into next week.
Well, that's the golden question, isn't it? How do we prepare now going into what's going to be essentially a very tough match next week against Resolve, who I think we're unlucky not to qualify for the UKLC.
Um, I think it's partly about our mentality towards the game. Straight after that game last night, everyone was really hungry to get stuck in. We've already got our next few sessions planned about reviewing the games, what we need to work on the most. So I think just if we carry on with our prep, we are in for a decent shot against Resolve GG. Again, also doing our research, watching their games last night and seeing what else we can find, because we have got that added advantage of seeing them play in the open qualifiers. So what information we can get from that is really pivotal.
Indeed, indeed. And just for those that might not be so familiar with League of Legends, there's obviously 6 of you have signed for London United. Maybe you can tell our viewers how it works with the 6th player who doesn't start the match.
Yeah. So our 6th man, Traitor, he's been with us just as long as any of the rest of the team, and he still provides that feedback, particularly when we're practicing. We can sub him in when we want to. If there's certain play styles, perhaps if you think about it like football formations, you might have some players that are more familiar with playing certain formations to others. So it gives us a bit more flexibility and adaptability within our team, coming into each week after we've researched who we're playing against and what might be more appropriate to play coming into that week.
It's no secret that you were late signers onto the London United roster. You had other options, of course. What was it about London United that attracted all 6 of you to put pen to paper with us?
It was definitely the professionalism of the organisation. I think amateur esports needs an organisation like London United that's willing to be so community focused and straightforward and professional with players, to really kind of give the scene the kick forward it needs into a more professional environment. And I touched a bit on the community there. I think the engagement with the community really spoke to us. We want to be with an organisation that isn't separated between its competition and its competitors and its community. So an organisation that's looking to merge those two together was something we were really keen to get involved with.
That's great. And I think one of the things that we would like to be doing more of is creating content. And we're glad that you have all signed up to do that. So we'll be doing more pieces like this. There's no holds barred interviews. There's no secrets that are going to be detrimental to our performance, obviously, that we'll give away. But we're looking to create lots more content. We've obviously signed up with a nutrition partner this week. What does that mean to you and the guys, having a partner like Biosynergy on board now?
The guys were really excited about it. It just means that we've got that added benefit that I think will give us an edge a lot of other teams don't have, through being able to focus outside the game just as much as inside the game. There's I wouldn't say a lot of research, but from traditional sports, we know that there's plenty more to taking part in any sport outside of practice, and it's about how you live that kind of whole lifestyle around it and your mentality and physical health. So having biosynergy on board just really means that we can have some help in another aspect of our game that is ultimately an aspect of our game that's really going to help us compete in this league.
Yeah, no, couldn't agree more. But Mawa, thanks for your time. Appreciate you being so earnest with your thoughts after yesterday. It was a tough defeat to take. I think, you know, at some point we thought it was going to be a lot tighter, and then it didn't end up as tight, and you guys were very disappointed. But I can you know, testify and endorse the approach that you guys and the mentality you've got, that you were very positive afterwards. Probably as an owner, I took the loss worse than you in some respects, but it's always the guy who can't play who struggles the most, I think, and you guys can rectify it. And it's going to be a tough test, isn't it, next week, but one that you guys are probably up for.
Yeah, it's definitely a baptism by fire, but one that we're looking forward to.
Out of the frying pan into an even hotter frying pan. Thanks for your time, Mawa.
No problem. Nice to talk, Ollie.
Cheers.